Everyone, it is Tuesday, July 21st, and we are going to talk about some great stocks today. Carnival Cruise Lines, American heading to the upside, XPEV as well. However, Apple and Tesla were not performing quite as good. Actually, let's double check on Tesla over here today. Yeah, Tesla and Apple not performing quite as well. But let's get into it. Let me go ahead and share out the link on Twitter. I am later today, excited to have barbecue this afternoon, so I had to go and get all the goodies for the barbecue. All right, let's get this live stream shared and rocking and rolling. I just got a message. Why does it not? Sometimes, have you guys had some weird things happening with your computers lately? I definitely have with mine. Copy this. All right. We are good to go. There we go. All right, so let's pull up. Let me get the SPY over here. And let's get the charts up and running. There we go. All right. So welcome. If you guys also saw on my homepage of that top screen that I pop up, I do have the my handles that are correct. There are some scammers out there on Twitter and on Instagram. I even found one on YouTube trying to copy me. I don't know if they were taking my videos and reposting them, but they could have been doing that. I have been doing the limit down halts lately, if you guys have seen, because the market feels like it might be really ready to roll over. Now, over here, we are bouncing definitely on the daily. I'm going to show you my target for IWM, which is going to be the top 2,000. So, no wonder this is definitely a short squeeze bounce in my opinion on the indexes. Lower volume as we scream higher. I do post my watch list live every single morning on cjntrade.com. If you want to try it out, welcome is going to save you 10%. And here it is right here. So let's check it out. Let's see how everything performed today. So you can see above 433.40. Yeah, we had a nice 40-cent move on. Yeah, it's weird, right, Oscar? It's very strange. There's some strange stuff going on in the internet world. Let's see, downdetector.com. What's going on here? Do we have anything that's really crashing? No, nothing really crazy. The other one is Thousand Eyes, outage map. Maybe it's a do a hard reboot as well, Oscar. But we can see, hey, there's some IP addresses that are out and nothing too crazy as far as the total numbers, but I like to check that. Also today on oil numbers, we definitely had a surplus of oil, 2.1 million in oil surplus. That's no bueno for the oil producers. However, it is good for us in our pockets at the pump. So a lot of the oil prices were dropping. Went and filled up the car today. So we had a nice little trade there on the SPY. I would watch for it to come up here to 434.65 area. Maybe a little bit higher on the daily, 435 area, 434.80. Watch those levels to see. Let's check out the Qs as well. So the Qs we had, it's a little bit stagnant. Feels like maybe they are positioning today. Pretty much the same range that we had yesterday, or from midway yesterday. We've just been sort of trading sideways right here between 357.50 and 360. A little bounce to the upside, but other than that, we're just going sideways, right? So looking at that, feels like maybe they're setting it up for a bigger drop tomorrow. We also have that they might have news of an infrastructure bill. Maybe they are waiting to pop it off of that news. So be prepared either direction. We have IWM. You guys know I have gray line as my line in the sand to watch. Yep, right here, 222.08. And where are we? We are pretty much hanging right there. So keep that on watch. I think this could maybe pop up actually all the way up to about 223.50. I would watch this area 223.50 potentially on the upside. We could see this bounce a little bit further. And then reminder again, look at the volume at the bottom. We had big volume here for a nice reversal. We took out this candlestick. Yes, bullish. We are above all the moving averages. However, once we broke down from here, 225, it crumbled. So maybe this is going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a bigger 5 leg for those Elliott wave traders out there. Dow Jones as well as up. Of course, there's 30 stocks in the Dow Jones. We are seeing that the banks are moving to the upside. Over here, we are testing a trend line. I prefer the 45-minute chart for these trend lines to see, and we're up above it right here. But should we close back down below 347, I think we could see a bit more of a fade on the Dow Jones, but that's some pretty big movement, right, for those 30 main stocks. A reminder again that this is on lower volume today. We had a big bounce yesterday, but lower volume today. So keep that in mind. Now let's move on down. Let's check out silver. Silver is up today a little bit, but really we need to break up above 24.50 for this to really have a bigger move to the upside. We've just had a couple different areas right here and right here moving down. So I feel like this could actually move down further. It seems like paper for silver and gold is dropping. And just a reminder, if you guys like the live stream, please hit that like button. It costs you nothing except for a couple seconds, but it helps the YouTube algorithm for me to help more people. Also, if you would like to subscribe and turn on notifications, you will know when I go live. That way I can help you as well, because I will look at the stocks that you guys bring to the table as well. Let's check out the majors as well. So Microsoft was hit with the Pegasus ransomware attack. China was potentially involved. Biden was going to check that out. Seems like maybe it hit it. We do have a bit of a wedge here. I'm going to get rid of this line. Let's see. This was the upper bound over here, which looks like it's actually acting a bit as support. And we're stuck in between all these wedges right here. So looks like maybe a bit of a head and shoulders to shoulder right there, head, shoulder pattern. If we see that this fails right here, at this neckline 277.10 with a high of 282, it looks like we'll quickly come back down to 272 area down here. So keep that in mind, right? Let's actually set an alert right there, 277, add alert, crossing down, and 277. All right, right there. Right before your video popped up, I was telling myself, I think I need to reboot my computer. Interesting, Manuel. Very nice. Yeah. There you go. Divine intervention that I also mentioned that you need to reboot your computer, clear it out. They were saying that the new Pegasus system with Microsoft is very stealth. It's like you don't even have to click on anything, that it will also just like implant itself in your computer and your phone. So be aware of that. Kind of scary, right? They can track us everywhere. Google also moving to the upside today. So these are going to be the majors in the Qs. No wonder we saw some rebounding in the Qs, but we are still below these wicks, right? If we go to the wicks, oh, that's not what I wanted. I want a trend line. I don't usually do wicks, but hey, if we sell off right here, then yes, these are selling wicks for highs. But usually I will use the candlesticks, in which case we are up above, but are we going to close back down below over here, below 226.20? I think we would see a continuation move to the downside here. Amazon pulling back a bit today, just $7, really not much, but we did pull back down away from those averages, bounce up, and now we are continuing. It looks like maybe ready to roll over and continue the move to the downside. Maybe a bit more of a test of the support of 35.18 right here, down $48 potentially. Facebook having a bit of a bounce recovery as well, but we are still testing those moving averages. So are we going to break down or continue? Twitter had a bigger move to the upside today. looks like a bit of an inverted head and shoulders over here on the 45-minute chart, and it has broken from right here at 68.70 down to 64, well, let's say 64.70. So potentially $4. We might see this move up to 72.80 up here. So keep that on watch. Maybe we'll see that scream higher over the end of the week, but it could be going into earnings as well. So keep that in mind. Earnings are going to be tomorrow. All right. Let's look at Carnival. So Carnival was doing really well. I said, hey, let's watch these price points for today. And if it goes above 22, look at that nice $1.17 to the upside, about 5.5% that you could have made off of that today. AAL, next one down above 21, so a little move right there, but it did go almost all the way up to 21.60. So if you had captured it early, you could have made almost 50 cents right there. Actually, that's a 45-minute chart. Let's put it back on 15. All right, so yeah, you could have had a nice trade right there. Let's check out CAR. So CAR did not really move anywhere. I gave it pretty wide levels today to watch. XPEV definitely had a nice move to the upside, screaming higher above this trend line, and very nice little breakout. We do see that the volume is dropping as it's starting to curl over. Keep a watch at the volume of the bottom, right? That's going to tell you if people are interested or not to continue the momentum. Verizon as well today had earnings, but again, I gave it a really wide area to watch because I didn't know if it was going to scream up or down, and it went nowhere really quickly. AMC had a nice move up to 46.50, and now it is pulling back down. Now this is the #1 holding in IWM, so let's jump over to IWM really quickly, see how it's affecting the index. Not too badly, still hanging out up there around 221. So if AMC is able to hold and we see a bit more strength come into it into the close with shorts getting closed out, maybe a bit of a squeeze back up above 45, we could see that this will help to carry IWM up to higher highs today. Apple as well, looking to come to the downside today. A bit of a downward trend. We opened higher and then we're slowly filling that gap back down to the downside and below today. So it came down to 144.80, nice 80 cents below the 145.60 level. 10.25 for Wish for a breakout today, didn't quite make it there. And then we have SPCE. So SPCE had a big drawdown from this trend line test. We crashed down, then some volume came at the bottom. We are starting to create a rounded bottom right here. If we have a close up above this open of 33, if we can close above 33, there's a good chance we'll see it head on up to $35 tomorrow. But I'd keep it on watch. I wouldn't speculate. I would watch to see if we can fill that gap to the upside and make it all the way up to $35 tomorrow. Tesla has been in a bit of a holding pattern, right? We're not going anywhere quickly. If we look at it on the weekly right here, a bit of a downward trend, but it's still just sort of been sideways. I mean, we have been between the range of 629 and 680, but it's been there in that range area for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. So it needs to break out of 680 or below 625, in my opinion. Otherwise, we're just going to go sideways on Tesla, and it feels like a bit of positioning is happening on that shorter term time frame. Do you guys have any stocks that you'd like to check out or any cryptos? Let's jump on over to the crypto space. Let's see what's going on with our buddy Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is up today. It did come and test this resistance area 322.260. We are above it now by $100. That is the neckline for the head and shoulders on the weekly. Let's zoom in right here. So you can see we have the left shoulder roughly 38,000. Over here as well, 39,000. We came down. Some buying came in. We are still young in the week. The volume is a bit lower. On our daily, our volume is getting to be a little bit higher, potentially squeezing those people that have shorted Bitcoin, right? It looks like it is just screaming higher right now. Yeah, we'll check it out, guys. And that is definitely affecting the other cryptos as well. We have Rune number 1 up here. Dogecoin is rebounding off of the bottoms. It was just at about 16 cents the other day. So this is having a nice bounce, up 22% today. This is our weekly chart on the right now, and our daily chart over here. I would like this if we could close it up above 25 cents. That's going to be our weekly moving average that I'd like to see cleared. DOT as well is having a bit of a move to the upside right here, but we are still in that downward trend. Also, let's check out Cardano having a nice bounce off of the $5 area, but we need to break out up above 125 in my opinion to continue this trend to the upside. Ethereum as well is having a nice bounce over there off of the bottom, found support roughly at 1792 it looks like, and moving to the upside. Is this going to be sustained? Is this like the bounce that we are seeing in the stock market? What do you guys think? You think this is going to be sustained, or that this is a bit of a dead cat bounce in the crypto space? In my opinion, I feel like it is a dead cat bounce, and we are likely going to see a bit of a move to the downside to continue. Also, it's going to be dependent, I think, on if we see that new infrastructure bill get passed, and that's potentially what's creating this bounce that we have in the market right now, is that speculation that they are going to be releasing this new infrastructure bill. All right, let's look at NVIDIA. So NVIDIA for Terry right here. So we are moving to the upside, continued back up again, had a nice little squeeze up to 195 today. And we've had 3 days up. Is this going to be it? And we will see a continuation back down over here. Right now, looking at it on the daily, seems like there was a bit of selling that happened up here, roughly 193.60. Maybe that's where we had our 15 EMA and it sold off from there. So if we close back down below over here, 189.20, we could see this move back down further. So keep that in mind. If this starts to fade, we might see a fade into the afternoon. We might see something scream higher as well. We're starting to see IWM pull back a little bit over here. And let's look at SWN, Southwestern Energy. So Southwestern Energy was in a downward move. It looks like a lot of the market in that we are bouncing, right? We are definitely in a bounce movement right now. Came up almost to that $5 mark, just shy of it. No wonder. How many people do you think were lined up to sell it at $5? That nice round number. Always a good time to get out just before it. Just before. All right, guys, unless you have any other stocks or cryptos that you would like to check out for today, I am going to say farewell. I will see you all tomorrow. Should be on around 12:30. I do have to do a little video for Angela Miles tomorrow, but I will see you all roughly about 12:30 tomorrow, Thursday, and have an amazing day. Carpe Profit, seize those profits one trade at a time. Have a great day.